Welcome back to another episode of Home Sweet Home Cooking. I am Rocky, your host, in my mother's kitchen. She is sitting off to the sidelines. Today we're doing a take on a recipe that we've already done. We did a no-peak chicken that uses wild rice. This time we're going to do a no-peak pork chop without the wild rice mix. You're just going to use your white rice out of a bag, cream of mushroom soup, 2 cans, 2 cups of chicken broth, a package of the dry onion soup mix, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Now I already put the salt and pepper on the pork chops, and I did my pork chops on the grill, and this is what that looked like. Alright, I've got the 2 burners on this side on high. I want these grates hot as possible. I don't want to cook them. I just want that sear mark. So I'm going to start on the far right. Get them down. I'm not going to touch them for about 45 seconds, and then I'm going to flip them and move them over from this hot grate to this hot grate. And in the meantime, while they're on this one, that one's going to heat back up, and I'm just going to go back and forth to get the cross marks.
He likes his grill marks.
I think grill marks just add a extra. You do add a little bit of flavor from the grill marks, but it just gives a little more visual appearance to it. Let them go a little bit longer over on this side, I guess. I say this is not going to cook them through. I mean, it's only on there 30 to 45 seconds on each side twice, so 2.5–3 minutes maybe, and that's not going to be near enough to cook them through. I don't want them to cook through. I want them to cook in the oven. Like I say, I'm just adding this for the appearance and a little bit of the grill flavor, so that's all I'm doing. Now I took them off the grill, and I did that a couple hours ago, and I put them in the fridge. Like I say, I didn't want to cook them through on the grill, so they're going to be going back to the refrigerator temperature. Reason being is I want them to cook in here thoroughly so they become tender. The cooked pork chops on the grill that thick, that fast, they're going to be tough. So this is a dump and go meal. You don't have to do your meat on the grill first. I just wanted the grill marks. You can use pork chops just put into this. You're going to start with a greased 9x13. I need a spatula, please. Use 2 cans of cream of whatever soup mix. We in this household, there's a recipe online that calls for 1 can of cream of mushroom, 1 can of cream of celery, but my mom does not like the cream of celery soup mix, so we're going to use 2 cans of cream of mushroom. Thought I missed a bunch. And these are just small brands, nothing fancy. And the best part about the dump and go, I'm going to say I've got a few extra dishes involved in this because I'm doing it for video, but if you want to do this, you're going to have, if you do it right, you have 1 dirty mixing cup, and you'll have a strainer. You don't, like I say, I'm just putting this in the bowl. You wouldn't have the bowl if you're doing this straight off. So you got your 2 cans of soup in there. To that is going to be 2 cups of chicken stock, chicken broth. Give that a little mix. You don't want to, try not to scrape the grease off the bottom. You do want to get the little bit dissolved in here. Calls for 1.5 cups, I'm sorry, of rinsed white rice. Rinsing it just keeps it so the grains will come out more separate in the end. Be less sticky, less clumpy. Want to mix that in there so it's spread evenly. Thank you, Mom. Come on. Cooperate. And just kind of make sure that your rice is spread on an even layer in the bottom. It'll be mixed in with the mushroom. Now you're gonna add, I'll put most of, oh wow.
What, the scissors?
No, I'll just cut from the other end. Use teeth scissors. I'm gonna use most of the soup pack on top of the rice. I'm gonna reserve a little bit to go on top of the pork chops. Now when you season your pork chops, before I went on the grill, I just put on salt and pepper. So I'm not gonna put salt and pepper on now. But I'm gonna arrange the pork chops on top. They're gonna sink in some. And I did not put the garlic powder on when I grilled it. I didn't want that to burn. So now I'll give it a little bit of garlic powder. And the rest of the onion soup mix on top of the pork chops. You can use the thick cuts, you can use the thin cuts, it doesn't matter. All you're gonna have to do is adjust your baking time. If you're using thin cuts, you can probably get away with baking this for about an hour and a half. If you're using thick cuts like this, it might have to go 3 hours. We're gonna do it in a 350-degree oven. Does not really have to be preheated. Just gotta keep an eye on it. Make sure that your pork comes out at 145. You don't want to go any less than 145. That is the USDA food, whatever, the food police, well, that's what they say. So it's gonna go covered in a grease pan for up to 3 hours, depending on how thick a pork chop is. And we're gonna put these in now and go get my dad from dialysis, and it should be ready after he gets up from his nap. So we'll take a look at it and give it a taste then. So this is cooked off for, it baked for about 2 hours. Temperature got plenty high, well above the 145, so it's gonna be safe. It's really kind of hot for me to grab, and I don't know how far I can tip it because it is juicy. I want the gravy-ish to run, but it did get some, the rice cooked up good. So we're gonna serve it. Take the rice, stir in some of this soup and gravy. And we actually, this got done sooner than we thought, so we just turned the oven up, and it's actually been sitting in the oven for, an hour and a half, probably close to. Stayed plenty warm. And for a little side, my mom, we got some fresh cucumbers from a guy down the road, so we made up a little cucumber salad. Put that on the side. And that is what's for dinner. No peeking pork chop with rice. Let's see if I can burn my mouth. I just love the rice when it's cooked like that. Oh yeah, pork chop is nice and tender. Very simple meal. Throw it together, put it in the oven, let it go. It's done. It's delicious. That's a wrap. We're gonna get to eating because I'm hungry. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe, hit the notification bell down in the corner if you want to see more videos like this, and leave a comment of other videos that are dump and go, easy to make, no cleanup, recipes I really love to try some more. Thanks and have a great evening.